What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Beer Detour. We're back, guys. I'm back. Had a little bit of a health scare, but not to worry. What didn't kill me ultimately made me want more beer, or however the saying goes. But today's episode is actually very special, not only because we're back again after a little bit of a hiatus, but we have some brewskis in reserve just for you guys. We're going to see what they look like. We're going to see what they taste like. And then we're going to give it that all-important Beer Detour score. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to go through. Let's do this. It's a trifecta of goodness, people. So these are the briskets that I've been holding on to in reserve the whole time I've been sick, but now it's time to break them open, see what they look like, see what they taste like, and then give them that Beer Detour score. On the very tippy top here, we have Maui Brewing Company's Bikini Blonde Lager. Now, a couple of things that interested me about this one here. This is the first brewski that I've seen that was brewed and canned in Maui, Hawaii. So I've never tried a Hawaiian craft beer. This is going to be my first. I'm very excited. This one is at the very tip top for me. Some of the details here, it does have an ABV, or alcohol by volume, of 4.8%, which is relatively low. And it does have an IBU score of just 21, so not so bitter. Blondes are usually very, very light, really good tasting, so I'm really excited about this one. Going down the list here, or down the pyramid, Lutwit, not even sure if I'm saying that right, Lutwit Brewing Company Shadow Shinobi IPA. As you guys can see, this one immediately caught my eye. Love the design work. I've never heard of them. Lutwit, apparently this is one of their flagship IPAs. Does have an ABV, or alcohol by volume, of 7.2%. So yes, this one is a heavy hitter, guys. But I love IPAs. I love bitter, strong IPAs. The IBU score on this one is a 75, which is pretty strong. So this one's going to be very bitter, very strong, just how I like them. This one, Shadow Shinobi IPA, very interesting. Next down the list here is Rogue Dreamland. Now, I've had a lot of Rogue, different kind of beers from them. They're always good, always amazing. This one caught my eye. The artwork on this one was very interesting. I've never seen it. It was actually very low in stock, which usually means that if you go to a grocery store, a beer store, craft beer place, anything like that, wine and spirits type of place, and you see this is a very low stock of the brewski, it's either that's discontinued or people are packing them up. And in this case here, I think people are packing them up. It looked really cool and interesting, and it really caught my eye. So hopefully this one's going to be really cool as well, really good. It's a 4.8 ABV, or alcohol by volume, and it just has a 14 in the IBU score, which means it's not bitter. It's very low in the bitterness scale, and it's very drinkable, having it that has a 4.8 ABV. So on the strong suit, we have the Shadow Shinobi IPA over here, and on the lesser, we have the Rogue Dreamland, and the Maui's kind of in between, which gives us a good sort of trifecta to try out. So I'm very excited. Let's break these bad boys open and see what they look like. Well, here we are at the taste test. I'm ready to dig right into these bad boys. First on deck, we have Island Brewed Maui Brewing Company's Bikini Blonde. This one was probably the most interesting one that I found that I have never tried before. It's from Maui, so let's give this a shot. It's this one right here. Not too cloudy. It is a little bit cloudy, but not too cloudy. A very minimal head, and it's dissipating very, very quickly. The bubbles are prevalent, so it does have a good carbonation there. Let's give this a shot. Okay, very Pilsner style scent to it, which is a little bit malty, but very crisp and clean. Exactly what it shows and then what it says it is. So let's give this a shot. Cheers, everybody. That's pretty good. Very clean, very crisp, not too malty, and actually there's not a lot of bitterness to it, which is not hoppy at all. It's a very clean, crisp, refreshing taste, just like a blonde would be. Blonde is always better, guys. It's a little bit tangy, but it has a very crisp, clean, and almost no aftertaste. A very light brew, but perfect for a sunny day when you're out on the beach in Maui, enjoying the sun and the oceans. I can see myself reclining back on the beach and enjoying one of these bad boys right here. It's very good. I like this one. Now, we're going to step it up a little bit more. We're going to go over to Lewitt Brewing Company's Shadow Shinobi IPA. So this one is going to be a little bit more bitter. It's going to have that nice, strong, hoppy, bite right into a hop taste that we love, or that I love. But if you're an IPA lover, you're probably going to see a lot of the same characteristics in regards to the color with this one. A very golden color to it, and not too dense. It's clear but not hazy. The head is minimal as well. It has good carbonation all the way around, but I really like the color of this one. It makes me believe that it is going to be very bitter but very strong and very flavorful. So let's give this a shot. Let's get some aroma going here. Ooh, okay. A little bit tart, definitely pungent. And, of course, the hop aroma is coming through. Here we go. Cheers, guys. This is Shinobi Shadow. What is this called? Shadow Shinobi IPA. Here we go. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Yes, definitely a change of palate with this one, guys. Definitely good. I really like this one. Maybe it's just because I'm getting back into beer tasting, but this one is also really good. Wow. It's clean. It's refreshing. It's not too overwhelming. It's a little bit deceptive. It does have a little bit of higher alcohol content, and it's coming in at the back end. You can feel that sort of a little bit of an alcohol taste at the very end, which might bother me with a couple of these, but definitely has a good taste. It's very, very clean. It's not too delicate. There's no grainy, malty taste to it. The hops are just overwhelming, and it's some good hops in there. Very clean hops. Definitely floral. Very earthy, but not too muddy in regards to like a grainy feel. It's a very crisp, clean IPA taste. This is really good, guys. Wow. A strong flavor, but a very good flavor. It's not too overwhelming in the palate. It doesn't overwhelm your taste buds, and it's not something that's gonna give you that sort of bitter aftertaste like a lot of other strong IPAs will. If you're into a bitter aftertaste, this one's not it. It's a very clean, but goes away very, very quickly. The alcohol is a little prevalent, but not too bad. This one's a winner. I like this one as well. All right, next on deck here we have Rogue Dreamland, an American lager. Now this one is probably the nicest of the batch here, which just means it's just a lot more crisp, clean, clear, as you guys can see right here. Oh my, this is see-through almost. But let's see how the flavor is. Let's give it some aroma here. Okay. I think I know exactly what this is going to be. It looks like a Pilsner style beer, but we won't know until we try it. So here we go. Let's give this a taste test. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Another palate change. A lot different than I was expecting. It's delicate. There's some strange flavor there. What is that? It's a lager, but it has sort of a weird aftertaste. Not fruity. I want to say fruity. It's almost like a dried fruit type of flavor, like dried apricot or nectarine, which is a little strange and a little off guard. Caught me off guard, but it's definitely very, very mellow. And as you can see, it's very, very light. So it's not something that's going to throw you off completely. It's not strong and bitter like the Shinobi here, but it is good. It's the lightest of the bunch. Let's give this another taste test. Yeah, definitely mild and mellow. It's not going to be too overwhelming. Nice, crisp finish, no aftertaste, no bitterness in the mouth, but it's clean. It doesn't have the most flavor, the unexpected flavor. It's a very light beer, a lager. So it's nice. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but it's nice. Let's go over and give these a Beer Detour score now. So there we have it, guys. That was the taste test. So we tried each one of these. Each one has a very distinctive taste. I liked all of them. There was none here that I didn't like. There's some that I like more than others. So let's go over it. Maui Brewing Company's Bikini Blonde Lager from Hawaii, imported. I've never tried this one. I was very, very interested in it. Caught my eye when I was looking through. I was there. I just want to mention something, guys. One of the things that I get a lot is recommendations. They ask me for recommendations because I do review a lot of beer. But really what I look for when I'm out looking for a brewski, something new, something different, and something that catches my eye. And I want to share that with you guys. Not necessarily the ingredients or what type of beer it is, but something that catches your eye. I do like to stick with some beer that I like to drink, which is IPA, lagers, pilsners, and I try to stay away from stouts because that's just my personal preference. But when I'm trying new things, I want to try different things that I'm used to and that I don't want to necessarily drink because I want to experience what they taste like. So recommending beer to family and friends is a little bit hard because you don't know their preferences or what they like. What I try to do is try to introduce them to a step of normal beer. What I call normal beer is domestic beer like Coors Light, Bud Light, Budweiser, stuff like that, stuff that they're used to, and then kind of ask them what kind of flavors or what kind of profile they would like. It doesn't have to be necessarily an IPA. It could be a cider. It could be a sour. It could be there's so much varieties of brew now, and one of the things that I try to look for is the name and also the description of the beer, especially if I'm at a brewery. But also the logo and the design of it gives away a lot of what they're trying to display to the public. These breweries are trying to catch your eye, of course, with some good designs there and some good graphic designs, but they're also trying to let you know exactly what you're in for. And one of the biggest reasons why I started this channel is because I would go to the beer aisle and I would see all these different types of beer. I didn't know what to get, what was good, what was not. And so I wanted to have something where I can try different types of beer and let you guys know what they taste like or what you kind of can expect. So with these here, if you do see them in the beer aisle, now you guys kind of have an idea of what they look like and what they taste like. You guys can make your own informed decision. But the biggest thing for me is going out on your own and looking for beer that maybe you're not used to, maybe you're a little bit afraid of, but just giving it a shot. If you don't like it, send it off to family and friends or just keep it for a taste test. And that's what I do. Some of the brewskis that are left over, I gather them all up, and I have so many that I do beer tastings, and I can share them with family and friends and say, try this one out. If you like this flavor, try this one out. And you go through them. So don't worry about spending a lot on a beer that you won't like. Eventually, you will drink it or you will give it away and you will use it. But if you're looking for something that you kind of know what you're looking for, like you know kind of what your palate is, then watch these videos with a little bit of grain of salt, because this is my own personal preference. But if you do see something like, go ahead and pick it up. Go to your local store, see if they have it in stock, and give it a shot. Especially if it's something that you know you kind of have a favor to. So let's go over and give these a Beer Detour score. This Maui Brewing right here, Bikini Blonde, very crisp, very clean. It has a nice taste. It's not very flavorful. It's not overwhelming with flavor, but it's very nice. I'm going to give this one a 5.9. Now that's right at that sort of mid-level level there, but it's not too overwhelming. It doesn't have a great overwhelming taste, but it's not bad, and it's something that's refreshing and clean. So I really like this one. 5.9 for Bikini Blonde here. The Shinobi. You guys know I have a preference for IPAs. I really like this one. Very tasteful. It is a little bit on the strong suit for newcomers. 7.2 ABV, or alcohol by volume, and 72 on the IBU, which stuck in my memory as I was drinking it. It doesn't have a sort of really strong hop scent, but I really like how it tastes. It's not overwhelming at all. For me personally, for a newcomer, it might be a little bit overwhelming, but for me, I really like it. 6.5 for Shadow Shinobi IPA. Probably the best one that I like. Next here is Rogue's Dreamland. Now this one here, I was expecting a little bit more. It does have a sort of hint of an aftertaste to it. It's a little bit hard to describe, but for a nice, clean, and crisp beer, it does perfectly. It's not going to be too overwhelming, and for someone that's just getting into craft beer, this is something probably I would recommend, but not for myself personally. So for that, I'm going to give this a 4.2. So there we have it, guys. Rated all these, tasted all these. Today's episode was especially special because it's my first episode back from my little hiatus, my little health scare. But I just want to let you guys know that I have so much planned for this year, a lot of fun stuff. I'm always coming up with new ideas, so you guys can expect so much from me this year, 2022. New year, new brew, as we call it. So hopefully we can keep it going. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. That way you're notified every time a new video drops by hitting that notification bell. Share, comment, like, do your guys' thing. Of course, I am already planning next week's episode, so I will see you guys then. See you guys.